and welcome to The Breakfast Show. I'm your presenter Esther, here with Eamon.
Our topics today are centred on the upcoming change in the education system, as well as the 2015 general elections.
We will also be giving you an overview of the recent Guild Day and an update on what's happening in school.
First up are the general elections, which will be held on the 7th of May 2015. They will be electing the 56th Parliament of the United Kingdom. This happens to be the 56th election since 1801. This Parliament will be the first to come out after the cooperation of members from the Parliament of Great Britain and the Parliament of Ireland.
And a question that is asked among the students is, should the voting age be lowered to 16? Well?
Yeah, I think we should. If you can join the army at 16, then we should be able to vote too.
Now, moving on to the subject that affects us all, education.
It seems that again the education system is changing.
Again?
Yep, but this change will be happening for the current Year 9s, meaning...
Lucky for us, no change. We have interviewed some Year 11s, 10s and 9s about their views of the change. How do you feel about the change to the exam specification in GCSEs?
Well, I'm not very happy with it because you shouldn't just give it 1 year when everybody's been used to the rules and then they just change it all of a sudden.
Thank you. How do you feel about the age required to vote for general elections?
Well, I think there's quite a good case for it to be lowered to 16. I think the Scottish referendum was a good example that 16-year-olds can really engage with politics and they have opinions and are capable of making good decisions. A lot of the 16-year-olds I teach are perfectly able to listen to arguments and come to a considered view. So, yeah, I think it's a good idea to lower the voting age.
How do you feel about the current voting age, which is 18?
It's alright, because not all 16-year-olds know what they're voting for. So I think it's decent.
How do you feel about the change to the exam specification in A-levels?
It makes me feel quite sad and concerned because it's I'm going to have to try harder, but at the same time it's it's going to prepare me better for later on in life for what general I want to achieve or something like that.
How do you feel about the age required to vote for general elections?
I think we have to admit or realise that whatever age you make it, it's a compromise. So there are 18-year-olds that should be allowed to vote, there are 16-year-olds that are probably mature enough to vote, but there are also 30-year-olds who aren't really mature enough to vote. So wherever you put the sort of limit, I think it's always a compromise. So at the moment I feel 18 is perhaps about right.
Back on topic. A new grading system will involve numbers instead of letters such as A stars, A, B and C. Coursework which helps boost students' final grades will be removed in most subjects. This change will happen for students due to take their GCSE exams in 2017. The first subjects affected by this change will be English and Maths. Students will begin studying a new course from the autumn of 2015. Around 20 popular GCSE subjects will be revamped in 2016, with the first exams taken in 2018. As well as GCSEs, AS levels will also be taking a new form. These changes are designed to make A levels tougher as they move away from the coursework. The biggest changes that will happen to the AS levels are how they will no longer be counted towards the final A levels. Well, it seems that everything has just gotten more difficult for students. All I can say is get ready and start preparing.
As well as this, teachers may decide on independent term dates. Parents could soon be booking cheaper holidays, avoiding fines when head teachers are given the power to change term dates to allow off-peak travel. In September, head teachers will have the authority to set their school holiday dates instead of the current system followed by all of the UK. A recent study has shown that almost 70% of head teachers are planning to make immediate changes, with 60% doing so in order for families to enjoy more affordable holidays. The research carried out by the Boston Consultancy Group comes amid debate over the government's decision to prohibit absences during term time unless for exceptional circumstances.
Well then, the Education Board have been busy, haven't they?
As always, they're always busy, changing and altering things.
But time to move on. We'll move on to Pauline and Henry, who will be updating you on what's happening in school as well as the overview of the Guild Day.
Thank you, Eamon. I'm your presenter Pauline here with Henry.
As you know, the last Guild Day was centred on politics, with each coaching group creating their own party.
It was an educational day teaching students and teachers alike of what politics is all about. Here are some pictures and videos of what happened.
What do I have to do?
this one. How you doing, Sydney and Amy? I can't see you. Have you done it all? Okay, right. You've done drive circuit. You've done violence. Yes. Using physical force.
More opportunity and rebuild this economy on a stronger foundation. That's what we can do in the next 4 years, and that is why I'm running for a second term as President of the United States.
The Second World War, right? And he
actually brought the world, Second World War to Spain.
He was the one. He was a very, very intelligent, clever man, and he came up with plans to deal with Germany.
So there's a formal garden area where dogs must be kept on the lead. There's another section which is a children's play area where dogs are not allowed in, and then there's another section where it's sort of open fields and the dogs are allowed to run free. So a dog owner knows that they can go to that area and exercise their dog, as long as they clean up after them. I take your point, but you have to be as vigilant as you can.
On the subject of school sports, it has been a very successful year for the indoor athletics team. Year 7, Year 8 and Year 9 boys athletics team have finished second place in the North Leeds Championships. Year 9 and Year 10 girls athletics team finished fourth. Their coach, Mr. Lisco, was very impressed and happy with the turnouts. The teams are committed to the Outdoor Premier School Championships in Leeds in the future. However, some bad news for the Year 9 and 10's football team. This year they're underperforming, but the Year 8 football team are expected to win the Leeds Championships in the future. Finally, the football team will go on its first outdoor trip. They will be travelling to Grenton Lodge in Richmond.
As always, they never disappoint.
Can always count on them.
An update on school. The theme for this year's prom is masquerade. The deputy boys are Hobson, Apostolos and Juricun.
Moving on to English. In school, we are promoting reading by holding a program called Accelerated Reader. English teacher Miss Millen runs this program, and so we have invited 2 readers to tell us what they think about the program.
I think it's a great idea to improve English if you're not that good, and to learn more vocabulary words and all that.
How do you think it has helped you?
It helped me with my vocabulary. I've learned more words that sometimes I didn't know. So like if I read and words I don't know, I just look it up and it just improved.
Okay, thank you. What do you think about the Accelerated Reader?
I think it's a way to make sure people actually read it, so the vocabulary, it improves your memory and makes sure that you're not just skipping the books and learning to read them.
Has it benefited you?
Yeah.
How has it helped you?
Because I took a vocabulary test and it actually helped me learn a few words that I used in my English.
Okay, thank you. For some more exciting news, Insurgent, a follow-up on Divergent, movies based on the best-selling dystopian fiction books by Veronica Roth, Insurgent will be released on the 20th of March.
That seems interesting.
Thank you for watching the Breakfast News. Tune in next time for more exciting news.